So yeah. So first step you want to do when you bring the file over into AutoCAD or over into Rhino from AutoCAD is you want to select the contour layer. So type cell layer, go down to contour 1 foot, click OK to select all the contours. And then move that over or copy that over. So drag it and then click Alt. Just tap it once and it'll do the plus button and then boom, you're good. Now you can open up Grasshopper and make sure you have that selected still. If you unselect it, it's fine. This time you don't really have to select it again. Like you don't have to type cell layer because if you just dragged it over, there shouldn't be any layers under it. You should just be able to drag and select. So type cell, or sorry, type in Grasshopper and then open up the script, the contours to surface script that I sent you. And then what you're gonna want to do first is right click this guy and click set multiple curves. Give it a second because it's gonna take all those curves and select them. And if you see something like 417 milliseconds or 4 seconds, that means it's calculating. That means it's going through. And look, you got the first part done. Now you just have to do one more thing, and you have to set the borders or the extents. So you just create another layer. I created extents over here. Make sure you're on that layer. Make sure it's a different color. And then turn off OSnap if you can. And then go, make sure you're inside. Like imagine there's a box around it. If this was a bounding box, make sure you're inside the bounding box. So like that's not good, but something like this will be fine because we have so much to work with. That's good. And you're gonna select this extents. You're gonna open up Grasshopper again and go to the second node here. You're gonna right click that guy and you're gonna select one curve, and that's the border. And it's gonna take a second to calculate. And you're gonna see that there you get this like error, the point in the grid is null. That's because if you come over here, well actually I guess I can show you preview. You see all these points here. This border is supposed to be taking in all of these points within. So there's all these little X's are points on the contours, so it's making points out of the contours. But the border is supposed to take in all the points in there. But if you notice, here, let me turn that off actually. Alright, so if you know, you'll notice that this border by default is higher than the lowest contour, so it's not gonna correctly work, I guess, anyways, you gotta bring it down under the contour, otherwise it's just not gonna work. So bring it down lower than the contour and then give it a second to calculate, and then boom, you got your surface now. This is the preview. That's what the red means. You can go up close to it and see like how high def it is. But this is a lot faster than a patch and also looks 10 times as nicer. If you want it to be a little bit more like high fidelity, go open up Grasshopper and then go down here to these guys. You can bring it up. Just keep in mind, if you bring these up, the longer it's going to take to calculate. Honestly, you should never drag it too like I just did. Oh, my computer sounds like a helicopter because I went way too high. Oh, you guys can hear that, but it's getting really hot. Anyways, so now the surface is a little bit, should be a little bit nicer. and then you might as well just type it in. I think it might be easier. This is kind of like rebuilding a surface, by the way, if you guys have done that. So, okay, that was pretty quick. All right, cool. So the last thing you want to do is to use the script. The last thing you want to do. Oh, look how good that looks. It's awesome. Last thing you want to do is come over here to this final node and just click this little egg icon, bake. Actually, just right click and then click bake, and then you can choose what layer you want it to bake on. So I click surface, and you just click, you know, you can leave everything, you know, how it is by default, and just click OK, and then it's gonna create it. But this took like 2 seconds compared to, oh my god, what does it look like? That doesn't look good, does it? Okay, no, that looks good actually. It's a little like, it doesn't matter for what we're doing, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. So next thing, well, I mean, that should be the end of the grasshopper tutorial. I'm gonna close grasshopper then. The next thing you want to do is just cut out the extents, you know, or not the extents. I'm sorry, the scope of the area. I'm gonna turn on, what is it called? Show. You see how the actual site area is inside here? Here, I'm gonna turn off this hide. This is the actual site area right here within this. So you can cut that out.